And I could not find something I had done previously, so I'm doing it again. Or it may be just slightly different. But it was about shoulders, not the kitty cat who's climbing along behind me. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, the house panther is over here. We have to have enough stuff for him to climb to keep him happy so that he can get away from the chihuahua. Chihuahuas are annoying. However, something else annoying is that kind of clunky motion in the shoulder. And you can exercise and it'll stay clunky. That was weird. My right shoulder just clicked. Now, the clicking and popping, that's some... Oh, yeah, I don't have any glasses on, so I'll have to stop anything when a comment comes up. The clicking and popping are quite common as our arthritis gets worse and worse and worse. And that's not age, it's what we're eating. Especially since we're conditioned to use so many nightshade type or food looking items. Nightshades include all the tomatoes, tomatillos, all the tomato looking things, all the peppers, all the eggplant, and we react to those, and eventually it builds up. Now, for many years, I slept on my right side, holding on to somebody to keep all that snoring pointed at the far wall. Doesn't mean I slept well, it just means I slept that way. And he finally got on a breathing machine. Let's see if that's better. That does show the light up there, but it doesn't show the lamp. I'm trying to avoid that lamp. And all the seasonings and bottles and oils that my daughter uses. She can cook what she wants. She's an adult. Anyway, these joints suffered for decades. Still waiting on my right knee to catch up with the rest of me. But after he got on a breathing machine, he's on a BiPAP, which is like a CPAP, it's just more complicated. Youngest grandson is on a CPAP at night, too. Still trying to find places to put this. Yeah, there's my kitty. The house panther. Soot. Hey, baby. The green-eyed monster. The lamp back out of the view again. But, I have poor balance, and my daughter took off in my vehicle for the day. So, I'm doing laundry, taking out the trash, doing stuff in the house, emptied the dishwasher. All that stuff that gets left for me. Now, so what am I going to do to help this? I'm going to start off with a Aditi Anarayank. Hello? I am currently in Texas. And that's the best description of where I'm from because the U.S. is huge and I've been over a great deal of it, including being outside of the country more than once. But I was born in Massachusetts, which is northeast side. My parents are both from a southern coastal state called Alabama. Wound up in Wyoming for a while. Life is interesting, right? Where are you from? I'm 60 years old, and I'm doing everything I can to improve my health. Because if you haven't got that, you haven't got anything. Nepal, oh, beautiful mountain scenes there. I've seen some footage and some still shots. Great mountains. I love mountains. I've been in flat deserts enough to know that I love mountains. But when I was living in Australia for a little while, didn't live anywhere near some mountains. the horizon was just as flat and level as you can imagine. But I came on today to talk about something I'm doing for my shoulder because the clicking and popping is uncomfortable. Yes, I am. I have 2 grown children and 2 grandchildren. One of those is of an age to vote. He can't buy alcohol yet, but I'm sure his dad buys him plenty. And then the younger grandson lives here with his mother, my daughter. My son and his wife are just in the, like, 2 towns south of me. It's like there's one small town that's a hop on the visit or a hop on the way, and then there's the town they're in. That's cool. But it can be difficult to use my left shoulder. So one of the things that's easy enough to do for me is to use the other hand to get my left arm involved in stretching. Which car do I have? I have a Nissan Xterra Pro 4X, which is, it's a luxury version of an off-road vehicle, if you can imagine such a thing. So it's off-road. It's got the skid plate that protects the engine area. Hi, Dee Porter. I have no granddaughters. I have 2 huge, occasionally smelly, depending what's going. Yeah, I mean, someone's got to do yard work, but huge, hairy, sometimes smelly grandsons. And one of them he's great about getting in the shower, but then he doesn't. He will use water until you wonder if he's growing gills. Now, I just demonstrated stretching my shoulder up. It's a rotational exercise, bringing it up. This is a resistance band. So if I have a little stretch. Dog, you nutcase. He's headed out the door to get sweaty and smelly. In fact, I should remind him something. I'm doing some stretches that are good for my shoulder, but hang on a moment. I'm gonna say something to grandson. Don't forget, you're welcome to use the weed torch if you want to kill something that's kind of difficult to get to.
I'm not going to risk that on dry grass.
It's not like we don't have a fire extinguisher sitting right by the door, so.
You do?
Yeah, it's right in here.
Oh.
And we can set it outside if you decide to use the weed torch.
Oh, great.
There we go. First the dog barked at him, and then I went to open the door and harass him. And he was volunteering not to use the weed torch. But, yeah, it's summer, it's hot and dry. And we have dry grass everywhere. What I am doing is stretching my shoulder. I wanted to offer options for people who are maybe a little less flexible than myself. This gets stiff if I don't stretch it, and the popping and clicking, anyone with arthritis will tell you, that can be painful. If I bring it up a certain distance, it may or may not pop, but the natural motion of the shoulder is throwing, carrying, reaching. I should be able to reach off to the side, either side. That's why we got 2 arms, right? And I should be able to catch. I should be able to grasp and pull and all that. And as we get older, we may lose a little bit of flexibility. Now, the shoulder is not as tied in to the torso as I want to say as your lower leg is to your upper leg, but the thing is, most of these places have, it's like, you might have a problem in your ribs, but your ribs aren't really integral to keeping everything together. Your muscles are. The ribs are armor for your lungs and your heart. A little bit your liver, but that's getting down there. But anyone who's having any trouble with their shoulder, they can use their other arm, pull it up, if one arm's stronger than the other. If you just need to do what you can for these muscles, you can use resistance bands. Now, I'll shoot archery anytime I got a chance, so but I have switched to a crossbow now, and as long as I can keep that pull, as long as I can pull that and get it cocked, I'm still in archery. But I'm so short I have to use youth bows anyway. But you can exercise your arms even when you have no balance. And after a stroke, I have no balance. Ugh. It hasn't changed my outlook on what do I do. Well, I'm not in the workforce anymore because you have a stroke, it's kind of hard to get a job. I was considering a couple of places, but right now I'm just considering that I should get my glasses out of my room because this has a little fuzzy. Hello, Jonathan. Y'all, if you don't know Jonathan Carnivore Muscle on my screen, he has excellent workout advice. I recommend him. And time out somebody. Start removing the single letter comments. But what I was talking about is things I do for the shoulder, the popping and the clicking, and I was looking for that. I think it was just a short, but I couldn't find it. And I know I had put a warning comment after it that you've got to be careful not to rotate your shoulders too far because you can dislocate them. You don't have a rigidly structured joint in your shoulder. You have a massive collection of very small muscles and all the connections, the ligaments and tendons. They connect between muscle and muscle or between muscle and bone, as the case may be. there's just not a lot there to hold it together in a rigid way, so that it builds up because of the way we exercise. And so we should keep our shoulders strong. If we can't move our shoulder in the way we're meant to, it doesn't do us very much good to be holding onto a handrail for safety or to try to throw something. Granted, I don't hunt by throwing, I hunt with a rifle usually, but not a lot of people hunt anymore. And let me move it. Another one of those comments, because I am not interested in somebody who just wants to troll. I am here saying what I do for myself without supervision, unless you want to count that got a few knowledgeable people like Jonathan checking on me, keeping an eye on me, making sure I don't hurt myself, things like that. But my shoulder should be able to rotate this direction. I should be able to reach across. I should be able to pull with both hands, push with both hands. Natural motion should be comfortable. Oh, I've seen some beautiful shots of Wisconsin, and let's face it, hunting is something that is a choice because there's so much meat in the supermarket. But at the same time, when I hunt, I'm eating meat that developed naturally out in the wild. It is not usually contaminated by whatever Farmer John sprayed on his field this year. And my freezer is still half full of what I brought home last year. Although the snake I was expecting, somebody was going to bring us some snake. Haven't seen it yet, but my daughter may have declined. I would eat it. I have eaten some pretty strange things over time, but that comes with being an apex predator. Let's see if I can get that pretty far back. Jason, yeah, even if you haven't hunted before, if you don't throw up every time you see blood, give it a thought. It's an option. Now, some people getting a firearm and supplies to hunt or a place to hunt is a big difficulty. But you will not find healthier meat. Although you've got to be careful that what you're taking is a healthy animal. If you find something and it looks sick, that's not the one you want to shoot. That's simple.
Did I hit him with the door?
No. You just surprised him, so he's grumbly. Yeah, less caffeine, more health. Or shorter ingredient list, more health.
Yeah.
Especially for you. Jonathan, if you get to where you can travel, Texas actually has very hunter-friendly laws, but you'd still need a place to go, and that part can be expensive. I'm going to now do the exercise I was just saying a bit ago not to do. I'm going to bring my hand up and rotate across. Now this is the risky part. You could easily pop the humerus out of joint. You don't want to be doing something that's painful to undo. And if you're in any kind of sport, you will see people doing this one And there is a discomfort back here when I do it. It's just part of the rotator cuff telling me that I need to be a little more careful. MJs, hi. But, oh yeah, let's do something people don't think about. I'm now using the resistance band behind me and lifting my arms up. We call it a rotator cuff because we can rotate all the way around. Go-to pizza topping? Anything meaty. I'm still stretching this joint. Now, if you don't have resistance bands in the house, you can always use a hand towel. And go slowly. It keeps the muscle active longer. It keeps the tension there longer. You want the muscles to be able to work under tension. And then to release the tension. This one, I get a little, I can feel what I'm doing right back here. And this is only the medium band. You can get a set of bands online. You can get them at your local sporting goods store. Trying to remember some more of the stuff I did with this before. But I use one arm. When it's really painful, I can use one arm to move the other one. Now, I'm a nut, and I did mention you've got to be careful not to dislocate your shoulder. If you're a bit of a wimp, your best bet will be to go from there to the walk-in clinic and have the doctor there do it for you. If you're I'm trying to think of the right thing to say. If you're self-confident about doing it, usually a sports coach or supervisor of some sort at school or wherever can help you put it back. I'm a nut who was previously an EMT and have been in martial arts for years. I pulled my own tooth, that one, when it broke. That's enough to gross some people out. And seriously, I would tell Giant Grandson, it's like, where that bone is sticking wrong, put your hand there and help me pull my arm. And push that bit and it goes back. The sooner you put it back, the better it heals. Or the faster it stops hurting. Okay, what am I thinking of? Yeah, I'm rotating my shoulder back this way, which, being a lateral rotation, if I'm doing some kind of exercise, that is likely to cause a dislocation to the front, but it's still a part of the rotator cuff we have to work. Far back as I can, and this one too, we want kind of an even workout. Now, I've got these storage boxes sitting here. The cat is on top of them. And I can also feel this right here. It feels good, actually. Now, one of the things I will say about hunting is you need to be very respectful of the environment and of the animals you're hunting for. Now, if I had the kind of spear used for frog gigging and fishing, I might be down by the riverbank showing you how to get those. But spearfishing is more often seen among people who are boat owners, and frog gigging is not for everyone. Loretta May, hello. Yes, it's real. I spent too long in the tech world and have enough respect for people who are online looking for real things. I'm not going crazy trying to. Also, I had a stroke, so I might not speak as fast as some of the AI constructs you see. Now, I happen to like some of my friends' AI stuff. If that's what somebody can do, I don't mind. But there's enough people just looking for things that are not AI. I was talking about things I do for my shoulders. This may not look like anything, but I've got my hands pressing against each other pretty hard. And I can feel it all the way up into the rotator cuff. And if I can feel that, then I might be doing my muscles some kind of good. I can reach out and grab. So this motion, I mean, this is not a lightweight battery pack. This is something that goes to the yard tools. I might have to look that up and see what kind of weight it is. Oh, I think I hit a button on the CD and DVD player. Yeah, I sure did. Okay. I had to make sure it went off. Otherwise, it would sit there and frustrate itself. Its little mechanical mind, or its little mechanical parts, would be pushing against the batteries for the lawn tools and wearing out. But I do this, and I do this, and this'll work different muscles. And you could, if you're doing what you can for yourself, you can get to the point that every twist, every movement, you can feel every muscle and tendon and string. It's like a bunch of little cables in there. I can feel them now. It's not just pudgy. There, I hid the troller. If you're gonna troll channels, I'll eventually stop with the timeout and I'll just hide you. I don't have a problem with the fact that Israel exists. Everybody's got to be somewhere. But I don't need you trying to stir up political stuff on a channel that is not about stirring up political stuff. I've got friends who do various levels of exercise to get things done. I myself have been somewhat involved in martial arts. You won't find film of me anywhere. No highlight reels from competitions and stuff. Go to Grandmaster seminars. love him to pieces, but I gotta keep this going. I'm kind of surprised. I was feeling that a little more over here than I usually do. No, I'm trying to stop this one. It pops and clicks when I'm doing things. I mean, just getting the laundry out of the bottom of the washer and tossing it in the dryer, and I get popping and clicking. It's a number of things I do for my legs. Sadly, nothing is really helping my balance. Losing weight and yes, I did try the dead hangs. And apparently YouTube just doesn't like the word dead. There was a few minutes ago talking about having respect for the animal before you make them be deceased. But respect for the animal doesn't cancel out the fact that we get hungry. Now, I'm eating all the things I'm supposed to eat. Oh, you want to shake people up? Coach Amy, rocking Coach Amy, and Jerry in the middle of a forest, they're starting a recipe relay this month, and I'm supposed to come in after Erin of the infamously large family. But yeah, she's got more minions than anybody. But I love her kids. Rocky's so cute. Emmett eats sardines. Flash is nailing down who he is. That's about all I can think of for trying different hair colors and stuff. I'll put it on the charger in a minute.
Oh, no, I'm just taking a break. It's fine.
Second grandson doing yard work. It's hot. It's almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit out there. I forget what that is Celsius, but you know, if you move from one side of the world to the other and then move back, you just look at what's available on the time and temperature gizmo at the bank or on your watch or on your phone, and you stop doing conversions. But yeah, it was 96 outside a little while ago when I was out there with the dog. Dogs have to have their time outside. The more they go outside, the less we have to clean up inside. But for dead hangs, I started using a weight supporting machine at the gym. You kneel on a platform. You set the weight before you use it. Put the platform down because otherwise it's folded up and pinned in place. And then it supports whatever amount of your weight you want it to. It only goes up to 200, but I'm below that now. But and then it helps you do your chin-ups and your dips and things like that. And that made a big difference for me. But you've got to keep your grip strong, and you've got to keep your arms strong, and you've got to keep your shoulders capable of normal movement. And that's largely what today's live is about. Eating right gives me the proteins I need. I'm going to go drink. Oh, hey, Kev. I'm going to drink some collagen down in a little bit. And yes, it is that Collagen Active from Sorul. I use the Sorul products and they've helped. Right now, I'm wondering when the next one arrives because I'm out of my Stem Enhance Ultra and I'm out of my Plasma Flow and I'm almost out of my, what's the one I call it? Cyactive. It keeps the inflammation down. The Collagen Active was not ordered at the same time, so I'm not out of that yet. It does not taste great, but I'll combine it with a little bit of electrolytes. The ones that don't have a crazy amount of color added to them, the Collagen Active has enough of its own. Okay, and I think I'm just about done here because I'll do more. Oh yeah, this is improving. This is a much smaller bag of Jello than it used to be, or pudding, or whatever you want to call it. But I did say earlier, if you're needing to move things that don't move well, you can. This is a dish towel. You can use a hand towel. It's about the same size. And I'm feeling that right up top, which means I don't have enough muscle there. I've got to improve it. But because I keep track of my grip, I'm not going to stop doing things that allow me to do some exercise. Even if it does not look, I mean, I'm not one of these 185-pound, perfectly trimmed people. There goes the electricity. It's 100 degrees in Texas, what do you expect? But now I've got to turn everything back on and set the clocks again. But your grip strength helps your exercise, and your exercise prolongs your life. Okay, it sounds like the printer came back on as it should. I've got a few other things to take care of. Ooh, I want to encourage everybody, eat things that don't give you more inflammation. I was mentioning earlier that a lot of what we eat has gained cultural significance, like ketchup on french fries, ketchup on a burger, and stuff like that. It's made of tomatoes. Tomatoes are still, and always have been, nightshade plants. Potatoes are a nightshade. Most people who really want to use nicotine are completely unaware of the fact that it is nightshade related. Tomatillos to make a green sauce or salsa verde, I believe those are nightshades too. Every pepper, every eggplant. There was something else. I think it was the eggplant that surprised me. Because eggplant makes a pretty tasty french fry if you do some research first. There was something else that came to mind, but it was like every type of potato, every type of tomato and tomatilla. It's like, they're nightshades. Some of them are deadly right away. Some of them are just things you shouldn't be bothering to eat. But there you have that. And mostly you won't see them on my channel. And the fact is, what is it? I will occasionally consume a little bit of pumpkin or squash, and those thin-skinned cucumbers from the store. They're really long. They're bigger. They're longer. I should say bigger lengthwise than the ones my mother used to grow to make cucumbers out of. But my mother was not growing them organically, so I know there were agricultural chemicals being added to the soil and bug spray. I don't remember what she used for bugs. She used a lot of Sevin dust, which these days is not as concentrated as what there was available at the end of the 60s and the 70s. But she was trying to be healthier. Like, I'm trying to be healthier, but weight loss begins in the kitchen, so eat the things that don't cause problems. You don't want the inflammation, you want nutrition. And you want to support the muscle mass you have before you start losing it. When your muscle mass goes, your health goes. I'm not left-handed, but I have got to keep my shoulders working. Keep your shoulders working, keep your hips and knees working. Support the muscles that support you. If you have access to a heavy bag, you can hit it. It'll give you some resistance at the end of the motion. It might be uncomfortable when you get started, but it's something. Oh, yeah. Keep your muscles moving. Somebody said something where that motion is lotion. It's good for your joints. I've got more people, but my view is not showing me who's who. But I want you to be okay. Really do. And if that means that you've got to concentrate on one shoulder over the other one, or your elbows are giving this elbow, this knee, still a problem. And the cat likes to come next to me and lay across this elbow. I like the cat, but he doesn't seem to understand where humans hurt. But it's time for me to jump off. Eat right, exercise as you are able. Now, what I was just doing here, I did it sitting down. I did get up to remind the kid about to remind grandson number 2 about the weed torch and that we do have a fire extinguisher available. His mom drove off in my vehicle where there's another fire extinguisher, and Grandpa will be along after a bit, and there's one in that vehicle too. And I'm still showing 93 degrees. Your watch showing 100 yet?
Phone's saying like 96, feels like 102.
Feels like 102, sounds about right. Like I said, I went out with a dog earlier. There we go. If this is what it takes to get your arm all the way up and to get past the point where the clicks and pops happen, then do it. Or keep a dedicated towel. If I get my arm up here and it gets stuck, I will press it down. If I get dislocated, grandson can take me to the walk-in clinic. If I break something, grandson can take me to the emergency room. I'm way out. There's a little tiny neighborhood over the river and through the woods from Georgetown on the way to Jonah. I'm way out here. I was trying to make decisions for a recipe relay for Jerry and Amy and Aaron and me, and I would like I see you too. Can't see what your name is supposed to be pronounced as. I don't have my glasses on. But I've reached an age where some of my friends are doing things that are basically chair-related workouts. Or there are things that we can do sitting down that are easier than doing them standing. And I'm a full risk. I've had a stroke. I've had several falls since then. I bruise. I tear up my hands and knees on a regular basis. I bruised this arm real bad one day. I fell on the front walk. I fell from the bottom step, the first step up, out here, the front steps, and I fell onto the walk. That was painful. And I think I may have torn up the shoulder a little bit then, but the adrenaline makes you not feel it so much. So it's the aches and pains you have afterward that will limit you if you let them. And what a lot of people don't admit to is that the sporting goods store and the Walmart and Amazon, a few other places, all have things that will help deal with problems. This is something for my knee. Something is my idol. My left knee is pretty much healed, so I'm getting the strength back in that. But my right knee, I've got too much shifting around during the normal course of movement. So I use this curvature inside. As you can see, you can go either way with it. I think this is right side up. But you put it right up against the bottom of your patella, your kneecap. And then you pull one side and you Velcro it down, and pull the other side and Velcro it down. And you wear it pretty snug, as I said, just below the kneecap. But I want people to do what they can to be stronger and be healthier, and to eat in ways that don't make things worse. If you're eating lots of tomato products and lots of, any of you, did it hurt? Did it hurt when I fell, or did it hurt now? Because right now I'm a little tender after stretching this in ways that are not a part of my... Oh, yeah, it hurt when I fell. You take any woman that's almost 200 and toss her off the bottom step, it's gonna hurt. Of course, I have fallen on this one. Yeah, I'm almost 200 pounds. I have lost 100 pounds in weight, but I still need to lose some more to get where I'm going. And I'm working on it. And people give me workout tips. Jonathan was in here earlier. He suggests. No, someone did not push me. I'm saying if you take a woman that is this size and use any method possible, and it might have been my shoes. They were much newer then. Yeah, and if there's a little weathering on the step, your shoe might stick a little bit. But I went from the step. I was on the steps, going down the steps to go do something, and boom, I was on the front walk. Now, thanks to martial arts, I twisted as hard as I could as soon as my body felt me going down. And I bruised up the back of this arm real bad. It hurt. Now, it also was a match for when I previously had a motorcycle accident and bruised up the back of this arm. And that was crazy, but that was a long time ago. It's life. People all experience whatever their life is going to be. And we have to learn from those moments and go on. And if you hurt your shoulder, it can be a matter of you're going to notice it a year later. Now, this one I bruised up last year. And it was good weather. It wasn't raining or anything. But more than once I have had falls that were... The damage was reduced because of martial arts training. Now, I started with a little bit of judo with my dad. Not much, because he was not the sort of man to punch his daughters. But there was a little bit in there. He gave me training materials, things to study, things to try. And then a long time later, after children, after much of my work years, most of my work years, it was like I got into Kung Fu. And more recently, I have been doing Tai Chi. And a large part of martial arts is knowing how to fall. I won't say the biggest part, but when you know how to fall, you make an effort to do it in a way that doesn't hurt you. Bakugo. Okay, that's either Japanese or you watch a lot of anime. Or Bakugo. Because in English we would spell back with B-A-C-K. Okay. Yeah. I like anime too. I watch Japanese, Korean, South Korean, Vietnamese, and Chinese TV and movies. The dubbing can be awful, but that can leave you laughing like spotting the zipper in a monster suit, you know? I'm a big Godzilla fan. I used to have a VCR tape. Oh, Bakugo. Okay, yeah. I had a VCR tape. It had some really old Godzilla movies on it. I have stopped lending anything after some friends got all excited about something and they taped over it. Because I don't know when I'll ever find those movies again. My younger grandson is a big fan of My Hero Academia. Yeah, I know the title. Sip a little bit of something. Now, I was watching. What doing now I am? Well, I'm thinking English is not your first language, and that's okay. Everybody gotta say something, right? Nikia? I'm trying to see if that's an H or a B. Nikia, Arya? At least that's how I would say it in English, Arya. And so you've got creator on your handle, so I assume you make some kind of videos and things. The videos and live streams I do are pretty much just a little bit of my life. I live in Texas where it's currently very hot. My grandson is outside doing yard work. And I think I will turn on some air conditioning for him. Now, yeah, I've got some stuff to do. I've got to plan dinner. I've folded the laundry. I've taken the trash out. I unloaded the dishwasher and put more stuff into it. Dragged my poor little dog out in the heat. And he was under the truck in the shade. I should have put two and two together. If you search for the feral grandma, feral meaning kind of wild, that's me. No, I'm not on my computer. If you're on a computer, you can do that easily right now, but it is time for me to get off and do other things. Now, there is a recipe relay coming up because it is July.
Sure.
And Amy and Jerry
Done with the main mowing. We'll be eating later.
have an emphasis on the keto and carnivore diets. Oh, I didn't notice you were lagging. Where am I from? Planet Earth. I was born in Massachusetts in the United States, and everything has been up in the air since then. I'm currently in Texas where it's scorching hot. I understand it's also hot. I'm waiting. Yes, the feral grandma. That's my handle. I eat carnivore diet because the body is made of muscles, so I eat the muscle meat of animals. Oh, cool. I don't know if you just didn't speak up or feeling more talkative this time, but I eat carnivore diet. I eat meat. I eat cheese. I eat poultry. I eat fish. Your body is made of muscle. If you have a accident and it tears your skin open, you're going to see muscle. You're not going to see carrots. If you're cooking and get a cut on your hand, you're not oozing vegetable juice. You're oozing blood and plasma, which is primarily meat juice. Protein goo. Yeah. And yeah, this is what I do. I talk about my exercise. I talk about what makes me feel better. Oh, and I've got to put this thing back on my knee. I was talking about it a little while ago. Not today. Although I did watch one of those badly dubbed Chinese shows, or it might have. The text did not look South Korean, and it did not really look Vietnamese either. But I was watching a badly dubbed short drama, and Ali Kabir. Anyway, I was watching a badly dubbed short drama, and there was more than one scene where the male lead's outfit looked so much like Monkey D. Luffy. It was hilarious. I mean, people were talking about it in the comments. It was just crazy. But, I mean, I like these shows, and we get into the comments and we start trash talking the comments. We will talk about how, oh, this is supposed to be 3 weeks of somebody's life, and they're wearing the same outfit the entire time. It's like, whether you're getting sweaty or tripping and falling in the dust, which I'm capable of doing, or you cook, you're gonna want to change your clothes before that amount of time. And let's face it, some of the dresses are unrealistic. We don't walk around in the, okay, using my charger. Where I am set up right now, I've got a wireless charger handy, and I've got cables here that I could plug in other things. No, my name is Wendy. My online handle right now is The Feral Grandma. Although there's some chat platforms where people know me as Kismet. But if you're at 2%, then you gotta get going. If you want, I mean, you can hit the like and I'll come up again, or this video will come up again in your liked videos. Or you can subscribe. Like and subscribe is good for content creators. There was a hunting mention earlier. There was nutrition mention earlier. I'm way overdue for my collagen drink. After that, I might have some appetite. It is, what it is, 4 p.m. I have eaten nothing today, and I'm not hungry. But once I get the collagen drink in, then I may get a little appetite. I need a little appetite, so I'll think of something for the recipe relay. Now, myself and some other women who do, or women so far, we might wind up with some men. There's a keto and carnivore recipe relay. That's not a message. I'm gonna leave that hidden. Jonathan, are you still on? If there's something interesting you do with a food, you could join into our recipe relay. It'll be all month. We'll find a spot and I'll just have somebody shout you out, and then yours would be the next one up. I think we're just trying to get one person per day, and then you hand off to another person for the next day. And since your days are so unpredictable, you could make something in advance and then post it. When it's your turn, yeah. But I have really got to jump off of here. So please remember, eat your meat, get your exercise, and take care of each other, because Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay. All right? Bye-bye.